Open Your Eyes is brought to you by the Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
Good morning and welcome to Open Your Eyes.
Start your morning right.
I'm April Martinez.
And I'm Sabrina Daly.
And good morning, Belize. It is not Friday.
It is not, but as I'm sitting in Paul's chair on a Thursday, I'll say exactly what he would say. It's Friday, Junior.
It's Friday, Junior. I really want to know how he come up with that concept.
I don't know, but it just works, especially today, since you would have been hosting with me tomorrow, but we made a quick switch.
Paul is going to be
Friday,
here.
Junior.
Yeah,
so
Paul is going to be here with you tomorrow.
Still fitting.
I will be. I am here with you today because, you know, on account of schedule change, but also the job, our day jobs, as we like to call it. You know, they do take precedence sometimes, and so we have to be able to make certain sacrifices. But I'm so happy to be here with you today.
And here's the thing, April. Whatever day you decide to join us, we're happy to have you, and I know that our viewers are happy to see you here. So we're gonna enjoy today just like it's Friday, as we call it Friday Junior.
But it is Thursday indeed, Sabrina, and it is the 21st of March.
Yeah.
It is.
We're winding down pretty quickly.
I had one of our volunteers yesterday said to her, she said, I can't believe that it's almost April and that March is done, officially over. And I said, the year is officially over. And the somber thing about it is that nobody in the car contested me. Everybody was like, yeah.
You're kind of right.
It's so weird how time goes very quickly nowadays.
Yeah, I personally think that after January passes, we're almost at the end of the year.
Oh wow!
No,
yes.
January feels like such a long one. It feels like 2 months in one, and then February goes by pretty quickly as well because it's a shorter month.
Yeah.
But when you reach the end of March, it's practically the end of the year.
It is practically the end of the year indeed. But today is March 21st, like I was saying, and it is the official day of spring. It is the official day that marks the spring equinox in March. Yeah. And of course that date varies depending on the rotation of the sun, etc. Scientists will tell you more about that. But it also one of the reasons why we often wonder why Easter fluctuates as well. Mm-hmm. Last year Easter was in April. This year Easter is the ending of March into April, and so on. But it is because we have to mark the date that the spring equinox starts, and then we move into the rest of the season.
And what we were talking about, interestingly, is that's one of the reasons why we see daylight lasting a little bit longer than usual, or we think that we're waking up late because the sun is already out. That's one of the explanations for that. And interestingly, I think it was on Tuesday, me and Paul were having that conversation because we were saying, you know, normally when we'd get up, and I think you could also be a part of this conversation since you're traveling from Belmopan, but normally when we would leave so early in the morning, it still looks like nighttime outside. It's still dark. But lately, when we wake up, it's looking quite bright. It's looking a lot brighter than usual.
So I was looking at this one article. Of course, we have our celebrations here done by our local communities that are welcoming the spring equinox, the spring celebrations. And, you know, I was reading this article about why the equinox ushers in the arrival of spring. It was talking about every 6 months, the equinox splits Earth's days almost in half. And here, this is basically talking about how it happens once in March and again in September. That's why you have the equinox that splits the Earth's days in half and gives us about 12 hours of daylight and 12 of night. Yeah. So now we're seeing this official longer days, right? Yeah. And then, of course, you're going to see people, our friends and family in diaspora tell you, well, it's officially daylight savings time, and it's going to be 1 hour more or 1 hour less, depending on where they are in the region or in the world. So it's just one of these things that I like to discuss, because I always wondered, why is it that Belize doesn't necessarily change the clock? We kind of just keep it at one standstill, even though we can definitely see the changes in the time
Yeah,
of
we
the
can
day.
see it. Yeah, that is interesting. And I mean, a part of the conversation that I was having with Paul on Tuesday was the fact that indeed, while we see the changes visually, we also feel it, and that's how we would call hot and wet weather, dry season and rainy season.
Yes.
So it's interesting diving deeper into that conversation. But moving now into another topic that is currently trending, that would have been aired last night in our newscast. It has to do with a series of activities that has been taking place across the country. We spoke of how busy the Prime Minister is, but yesterday would have been the start of the budget debate.
Indeed.
And it was also a sort of deja vu experience for the Prime Minister, I suppose, simply because he was met with protesting outside of the Assembly building in Belmopan again. You would have known, if you follow the news, that last year that also took place during the budget debate, where protesters from past pensioners, actually, it was pensioners that were outside talking about wanting to open a trust that was issued to them many years before Prime Minister.
It was during the Esquivel administration, if I'm not mistaken.
So
Yes.
they were, my understanding of it is that they were putting monies in this trust, and it was not open to them since they have retired and received their pension. So they have been marching and talking about this from last year, and I imagine maybe even before that. And the Prime Minister last year promised that he would deal with the situation for them. He would try to find a solution for it. A year has passed, and they're there again saying,
no solution has been.
no solution.
I think one of the solutions that they had tried to come up with previously was the issuance of the grocery checks, right? So you go into a particular store around the country, you provide a particular detail, and you get X amount of money's worth of groceries, or a medical bill is being paid. But like they are mentioning, they don't want to be paid or compensated this way. They want their actual funds in their bank accounts. And I don't blame them. People want to be able to spend their hard-working money the way they want to. And so the Prime Minister has stated that after the Easter break, they are going to come together in a meeting to see how they can solve this issue. It also seems that the Prime Minister has to be in the room in order for
he
things
has promised
to
to
move.
be in the room with them.
We saw that with the sugarcane farmers. We saw that with the stevedores, and so now we're going to see what happens now with this group of pensioners.
Yes,
we're going to be looking out for more details on that.
I think for me, I look at it as these were hardworking people that contributed to the workforce. They're pensioners, they're public service workers, so they should deserve to get their monies that they earned.
It is part of the
ago.
law, and it is part of the contracts that they sign. At the end of the day, they are obligated to get those funds, and the government has to see to it how they get it. But Sabrina, kind of moving from the same topic locally to internationally.
On the topic of jobs.
On the topic of jobs, and on the topic of getting paid, and kind of keeping with the entire global recession conversation, you had mentioned to me that there are some unique, if not creative ways on how people are now trying to find jobs and keep up with this economy.
Yeah, there was a really interesting article that I read online where it said that persons in China are looking for work. And obviously you'd know that China is one of the most populated countries in the world. So it's the competition is stiff, and I imagine the jobs that they're looking for, the competition would be so. So I read this article where it mentioned that a young person has been turning to a unique means of trying to find job opportunities. Now, there are people that use dating apps to find love, to find friendships, but this individual is using it to find jobs.
You know
and that's
what?
Tinder.
I'm not mad at the concept, because at the end of the day, you do have these other social media outlets where you can look for jobs. LinkedIn is one of those places that is where people look and find jobs and get hired. So I will say, why not?
Yeah.
If you are going to send out 100 applications or 100 job letters trying to find a place to get, why not use all mediums?
Well, apparently this person said that Jade Liang, she's a master's student in Shanghai, and she decided to dust off her account on the dating sites after applying for more than 400 jobs
Man.
without success.
Wow.
400.
I think Mali 50 that man a lot.
Exactly.
Jeez.
So she said, I simply swiped right on individuals in the industry I aspire to join, which is tech. So she's
using the tech to her advantage.
Yeah,
I'm not mad at it.
She was swiping right on people, not on people she thinks, are cute, but on people that she could probably get a job interview with.
Dang. I respect it. I hope that she finds somebody that will be able to assist her in that. Because
I like that, though.
At the end of the day, Sabrina, we talk about how difficult it is here, how unemployment rates are here in the country, but it is really and truly a worldwide problem. And Isani and I were here talking about talks about budget plan for education and so forth, but it kind of moved into the conversation about what happens after people graduate.
Yeah.
Where do they get jobs? We have I don't want to call it a problem because people are allowed to live their lives, but we do have large influxes of persons that migrate because they're trying to find a better place to get income. It's so difficult, and the more and more that people are becoming specialized in a particular field and they can't find a job here, they go out of the country. I saw the segment with you and Paul doing the DNA swabbing, and I found myself wishing that I was here on the couch because I love topics like that, and I know a lot of persons that have forensic anthropology degrees and forensics degrees here in Belize.
Yeah, I was actually talking to the director about that, and you raise a really interesting point, April, because I was thinking exactly that. A lot of people are chasing an opportunity outside of the country because, for instance, maybe they specialized in something that they're not able to contribute here in Belize as yet, or because there's simply not enough options for them to use their qualifications here. So oftentimes you'd find individuals having to settle for something lesser simply
and of course, settling for something lesser doesn't just, all right, if I were somebody with this particular degree and I am working in my field, even though I'm probably not getting compensated the way I should be, I would still be happy. But you have to be able to settle for a job not even in your scope because it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah.
So it kind of boils down to all of these different means and avenues of trying to source income, but also be able to contribute to society. What's the use of me going after this astrophysics degree if I can't better my society with that degree?
Yeah. Well, interestingly, for persons who are tuning in and maybe are struggling with finding a job opportunity, we did have the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry on set with us. I believe it was yesterday, talking to us about job opportunities. They have a job fair that's set to take place on Saturday.
Yeah.
So perfectly tying in
to that.
And for persons who don't want to work for anyone and are entrepreneurs, we have a really awesome feel-good thing that popped up
I'm so
online.
glad you segued to that, Sabrina, because as we're talking about jobs and persons that are trying to make their way in the world, people are entrepreneurs here in Belize. I think about 70% of our job industry is made up of MSMEs and small business owners, and we have a very popular, I think she is the cash expressions of fashion design in this day and age, for a specific type of dress and fashion wear. And of course, Zavia is no stranger to the media. She just came out with a new dress that lights up. And she basically gave her customer the princess treatment. And I was watching this, Sabrina, and I said to myself, these are things that I used to like to watch Say Yes to the Dress on TLC when I was younger. And these are the type of dresses that you would see brides want people to make for them. And they would spend thousands and thousands of dollars to get this particular dress.
Yeah.
But there it is.
Look
the
at that.
customer basically got her princess dream dress that lights up, and she got married at the happiest place in the world, which is
Disney World.
Disney World.
So I actually did a story on Ranelli. She's the owner of her business, and I remember calling her the fairy godmother of wedding dresses here in Belize, and this is now so fitting because that looks like something straight from a Cinderella movie.
What I love is that these are things that I used to watch on TV.
Yeah.
These are things that I used to watch, you know, these big fashion, the Vera Wang and all of these other designers try to emulate.
Yeah.
And now we have our very own, and of course her husband was dressed like a
Yes.
prince. I just really love
And
the whole
I'm
concept.
certain she also designed
Yes,
that tux as
yes.
well, because she does have another aspect of her business that focuses on men's wear.
But I really appreciated that this is our local people, Sabrina. These are the talents that we know our Belizeans have, and they have been able to produce. You know, she's a staple now when it comes to this particular industry. Almost every woman that I know gets married here in Belize has a dress made by Xavier.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic, it's fabulous to see. So I just really wanted to talk about that for a little bit. It was so
that's
cool
awesome.
to watch.
Imagine her as well saying that one of her brides took her dress to Disney World.
She got married at the happiest place in the world.
Yeah.
As a princess.
As
a
princess.
princess. But Sabrina, moving on with our show for this morning. We are motivating our lovely
right.
Belizeans with our eye opener today. Of course, taken from dailyom.com, and it goes like this. Our current comfort zone has served you, but it represents your behaviors and patterns from your past. None of us are born with a guidebook that provides explicit rules for thought and behavior that will enable us to navigate life successfully. To cope with the myriad of complexities to which all of humanity is subject, we each develop a set of habits and routines that ground us, their continuity assuring us that life is progressing normally. Most of us know, whether instinctively or by experience, that transformations can be uncomfortable. But we always learn and gain so much. Any initial discomfort we experience when expanding our comfort zone diminishes gradually as we both become accustomed to change. Your current comfort zone did, at one time, serve a purpose in your life, but it is the representative of behaviors and patterns of thought that empowered you to cope with challenges of days past. Now, this comfort zone does little to facilitate the growth you wish to achieve in the present. Leaving your comfort zone behind through personal expansion of any kind can prepare you to take the larger leaps of faith that will, in time, help you to refine your purpose. Work your way outward at your own pace, and try not to let your discomfort interfere with your resolve. With the passage of each well-earned triumph, you will have grown and your comfort zone will have expanded to accommodate this evolution. As you continue to expand your comfort zone to include new ideas, activities, goals, and experiences, you will see that you are capable of stimulating change and coping with the fresh challenges that accompany it. I like this eye-opener. I agree with it too.
I agree as well. I couldn't move my mind away from persons that are taking on health and fitness journeys, you know, where they say no pain, no gain. And that for me was a more literal idea of what this eye-opener is saying. You know, a lot of time moving out of your comfort zone feels painful. It feels uncomfortable, obviously. But in doing so, that's how you gain. You gain in your experience, you gain in your perspective, you gain in muscles, maybe. So I really like this one too.
Yeah, I was thinking it more of change in perspective. And I think that sometimes life kind of forces you to have to think differently. I think about things like gender equality. I think about things like LGBTQ rights. I think about things like religious ideologies. And I find that sometimes we are stuck in a particular train of thought because that perhaps is the religion you grew in, or perhaps that is a social society that you grew in, to perhaps accept or deny certain things that are changing in the world. And when I think about that, I often have to put myself in a state of, why do people want to be heard? Why do people want you to hear them? Why do people want you to understand them? And I feel that whenever we are challenging ourselves with these questions, it forces us to have to think differently or to acquire new information. And it's difficult to move when you've maybe perhaps had 10 years or 20 years of this particular mindset, and now you're seeing shifts in your worldview that allow you to have to change. And with that kind of growth comes acceptance. It comes with peace. It comes with tranquility of your environment. And so that's where this particular eye-opener took me for some strange reason, because our current comfort zone has to be able to change in order for us to progress as people, right? I really like this eye-opener.
I agree.
But we have to move on with our weather for this morning. We already have the folks from the National Meteorological Service on the line. We have Francisca Wellington to give us the general weather forecast. Good morning, Francisca.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Tell
April,
us the general situation for today. Hot.
Hot, okay. Yeah, we'll see. I have fair, warm, and mostly dry, but you know, that word is relative. That word warm.
It's hot.
So, right. We'll see lots of sunshine today, just a few cloudy spells, and tonight partly cloudy skies. Little or no rain will develop around the country.
Okay, and what about the marine conditions? Let's talk about the winds.
Right. So we'll see winds out of the east, 5 to 15 knots, and that will produce choppy seas.
Okay, and our temperatures for today, our highs and lows?
Okay, along the coast, going for 88 Fahrenheit, inland 95, the Maya Mountains 82, and overnight temperatures 82 along the coast, 73 inland, and 66 up in the Maya Mountains.
Whew, that 95. And the extended forecast for Friday and Friday night?
Okay, for Friday and Friday night, it will be very hot. I must say that now, and I'm going to extend on this because we are going for a 91 tomorrow along the coast. That's very hot, and inland we are going for a 98. So tomorrow morning for sure we'll be issuing a heat alert.
Oh man.
Right?
Jeez, okay.
The reason for this is because a cold front will come close to us tomorrow afternoon, and so it will create this stagnant air, so that the temperatures will soar.
Great. So is it going to be hazy as well?
It could be hazy, yes, and there's also a chance of isolated thunderstorms developing, especially over inland and northern areas.
Okay, so basically stay hydrated, people, and stay inside as much as you can.
That's right.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Francisca, for that update, and do stay cool as well.
Thank you, and same to you guys.
All right, guys, there you have it. There's going to be a heat alert tomorrow, so please ensure that you are updated with that. Moving on with our show lineup for this morning, we have our first conversation, and it's all about critical care training in Belize with the World Health Organization.
And in our second segment, it's all about World Down Syndrome Day, so we'll be talking about that too.
And of course, in our final conversation, we are going to be talking to a small business owner. We're going to have the owner from Reyes Organic Beauty in studio. Don't go away. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, it's all about critical care training in Belize. Stay with us.
I'm David Humes, this is Vanessa Humes. We own Littleville Cool Spot. Belize Bank save us a lot of time. Working with them, we can keep track exactly what we spend. We recommend Belize Bank 100% because we don't have to go to stand up in line, and we can check on our account right from our house. Working with Belize Bank is the best.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
I know a Belizean. Of course, I will make sure the place clean, especially the places then where we treasure.
I know a Belizean. Of course, I have a bag for my garbage in my car.
I know a Belizean. Of course, I believe that all of we should do for we part to protect the environment.
I don't believe and of course I teach my picnic from small enough to throw garbage on the ground.
I don't believe in, of course, on and off the court. We unite as a team to keep Belize clean.
As Belizeans, let's trash the habit and not the beauty.
Respira. Este es un momento de paz patrocinado por Nutribón, dedicado a todos los padres que llevan 5 noches sin dormir. Inhala y exhala. Porque entre el caos y la calma está el cereal infantil Nutribón, enriquecido con todos los nutrientes que tu bebé necesita para un crecimiento saludable, haciendo de su primer alimento un momento de alegría para él y uno de tranquilidad para ti. Cereal infantil Nutribón. Momentos que nutren. Encuentra sus 6 sabores al mejor precio en supermercados o tu mercadito más cercano.
Are you looking for low-cost television advertising? Have we got a deal for you? Advertise on Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds is one of the most effective methods for introducing yourself and your business to the community. Use our Daily Classifieds to recruit employees, promote specials, promote your products or services, promote a business opportunity, increase traffic to your website, and advertise items you have for sale. Let us help you to save valuable time and money. Call us today at 280-0013 or visit us at our offices on Coney Drive to discuss how we can help your business grow affordably. Channel 5's Daily Classifieds. Advertise today.
Taking its name from the venerable father of the nation, the George Price Highway stretches 77 miles from Belize City to Benqueviejo. Originally built in the 1930s, this cross-country highway system is the artery that links Belize to Central America at the western border with Guatemala. That connection facilitates overland trade, supporting Belize's economic development. Winding its way across the scenic countryside, the George Price Highway from Roaring Creek to Esperanza has been fully reconstructed to meet international standards, with particular emphasis on road safety. A shorter and hassle-free commute is best enjoyed when everyone obeys the traffic laws. To reduce the number and frequency of road traffic accidents, it means that a seatbelt must be worn at all times and the speed limit observed when traveling along the highway. It also means that pedestrians must use sidewalks and crosswalks where available. Buses should only board and discharge passengers at a designated bus stop. Road safety is everyone's responsibility. It begins with you.
Welcome back. We are having our first conversation for the morning, and as we mentioned, it's all about critical care training in Belize with the World Health Organization. We are joined by 4 representatives to talk to us about that this morning. Starting things off, we have here with us Dr. Karen Lewis-Bell, and she is a representative of PAHO and, of course, the WHO. And to her left is Dr. Jorge Polanco, and he is the Director of Health Services with the Ministry of Health. And over to my right, we have with us Dr. Jorge as well, but we know him as Dr. Hidalgo, and he is an intensive care medical doctor. And to his right is also Dr. Jean Young Sung, and he is a professor of neurocritical care in LA, USA. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and good morning again. So critical care in Belize. Before we even jump into the activities that are set to take place, let's talk about what critical care is and how is that different from regular care that you get or intensive care
and so forth. Yeah.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us, and it's a real pleasure. And critical care means that we need to treat the critical ill patients, those that have a condition that it will essentially are in the side of just a lot of risk of dying.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that, of course, to provide critical care, we need to have certain resources, also medical facilities to provide with that. But not only that, the most important thing, we need to have the personnel, the skilled personnel to start and treat those type of patients.
That's what I was going to ask, because I would imagine you are all, experts of doctors in your own right and so on. But I've always wondered, what do you do when your patient goes into a particular state that is now critical and you have to act quick? All of your training that comes into effect, how do you stabilize your brain and create yourself in a space that, all right, I have to be calm, I have to be able to act now and follow through to be able to help my patient? How do you even do that? Dr. Bell? Dr. Polanco?
Well, those who are practicing clinical medicine now are best able to respond. But for us, we have the training in medical school and in our specialties.
Yeah.
We are actually trained. And the important thing is to first and foremost stay calm.
Mm-hmm.
And remember the fundamentals. There are certain critical areas of the body that you have to focus on.
Yeah.
The airway to make sure they're breathing and the circulatory system.
Yeah. Okay.
But I think
let's
our
get
clinicians.
Dr. Jean Young Sung, you're a professor. Let's talk about how you would train your students when it comes to critical care.
Well, so critical care is for the care of those people who are at most risk, high risk of dying.
Mm-hmm.
So the sickest people who are in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And so the training can be very long, which it should be. So because it's the sickest patients we have, it'll be the basic medical training that everybody gets, and then usually 2 to 3 years more of the intensive care training to take care of these people for all the different advanced medical therapies that are needed and devices that are needed in the intensive care unit.
Mm-hmm. Wow. As we develop our medical services here in Belize, I'd like to ask Dr. Polanco, what is the state of our critical care services from our health facilities in Belize?
Yeah, very, very, very extremely important question, and it fits with what's happening this week. Mm-hmm. The context, to put this training in context, you are all aware of the significant prevalence of external injuries that people suffer, road traffic accidents, gunshots, etc. It's known. So this is a reality, and therefore we said it is crucial for our medical officers on the front line to really be familiarized. For some it would be a refresher course, for some it would be new topics, to be familiar with those skills, that information that is needed for them to be able to respond appropriately. It is an issue, it is a challenge, because we have medical officers trained in different schools, different programs, different settings. So one of the objectives of this training is we have brought a group of professionals, about 25, this week. And Dr. Hidalgo has coordinated, along with Dr. Bell Trupajo and the colleagues who are visiting us, to provide this 5-day training on what we call basic critical care. As it was mentioned, what critical care is. So it is of much relevance. There are limitations within the health system in regards to equipment, in regards to skills, but it's something that we as a ministry have been working on for the recent years. So this opportunity, I see it as extremely of much benefit, of much importance. Dr. Hidalgo mentioned it's the first time, but we hope it will not be the first and the last. It fits within a program that we have had over the last 2 to 3 years within the Ministry of Health of providing training to all our medical officers on the front line, including nurses, on basic emergency care. This is just one topic within that setting or within that topic.
So let's talk about that, please.
Just to say that PAHO has been working with the Ministry of Health on the second UN United Nations Road Safety Project. And out of that project, we did a number of things, and one of the things was to have the WHO assist us in a capacity assessment of the emergency and critical care services in the country to see, and even though we focused on road traffic incidents, we had this assessment to see what was the capacity to respond, and especially the first responders. And out of that assessment came the recommendation to conduct this basic critical care. So even though the primary focus initially was on road traffic incidents, as Dr. Hidalgo has said and Dr. Polanco, it's not just for road traffic incidents or other external injuries, but for persons who may have other life-threatening conditions and illnesses. And so it's very important that the doctors and the nurses in our primary care facilities, in our community and regional hospitals, that they have access to this training to be able to respond in a timely manner and to be able to even stabilize patients until they can be moved to the tertiary care facility in Belize.
You know what, I'm really glad that you opened with that, because that was going to be my question, how this partnership started. But there was an incident, I think last week or so, where it was rush hour, right? And there was an ambulance that had the lights on, had the sound on, had everything on, and nobody was moving. And I pulled to the side because that's what I know we're supposed to do, and it did nothing because he came right in front of me and it had to just go on with the traffic. So this particular training is that something that us as the public would be able to get information on as well. And I ask this because something as simple as that could save somebody's life, right? Being able to move yourself away from the traffic so that the ambulance can pass.
Right.
Well, this is just the start of many things and many projects and collaborations that we will have. No? Of course, as Dr. Polanco and Dr. Luis say, this is a background. I mean, just this is a small part of a big picture. No?
Okay.
I mean that, of course, one of the important things is public awareness. No? I mean that one thing goes hand to hand, and public awareness is critical.
So as Dr. Polanco mentioned, this training may come as a refresher for some of these medical practitioners, but it might also be some new information. Could you touch really briefly on some of the areas of focus that the medical practitioners will be learning about?
Yeah, I will ask Dr. Jean to do this.
So again, as I mentioned, real formal critical care training is several years after the medical school, after basic medical training. And so this training is really for those people who are not doing full-time intensive care. And so these are people who are, as Dr. Lewis said, they're out in the field, out in clinics, out in the more primary hospitals, and so that they're learning things that they've never learned, the basic critical care.
So how essentially will these medical facilities be involved in the activities? Will this be something that will take place across the country, or is it centralized to the Carl Kushner Memorial Hospital?
No, we have participants from all 6 districts.
Okay.
All 4 regional hospitals, including Carl Kushner. Apart from the treatment that should be provided at local level, a significant function of this training is that they will be able to stabilize the patients in order for them to be safely transferred, either transferred to a regional hospital or to Carl Kushner, which that process of stabilization is also critical.
Yeah. We're talking about training medics in Belize and nurses. That's a lot of people. That's a huge population in our country. Can you talk about the breakdown of how this training will take place?
Yes, well, I want to straight one thing, and it's the collaboration. Dr. Jean and myself, we represent the World Federation of Intensive and Critical Care. And to reach to the stage we are today is those work start several months ago on preparation and talking with the players that are needed. And I want to essentially say and give a big thanks to Ministry of Health, to Dr. Polanco, Dr. Mori, and of course Pajo, because they have been really instrumental of this training to happen, and of course the future ahead. No? I mean that we are really glad to have people that have the willingness to and open to this type of collaboration. I mean that the idea today is we have this 5 days training course that involves the physicians and nurses. I mean that because to provide ICU is a team effort. And we are really happy. We are starting from the very basic to recognize that someone is critically ill, what to do, and as already mentioned, is we have the resources to treat this patient in this facility, or we don't have, then we need to prepare this patient for taking to a more resource facility.
And you know, that's a really interesting point, Dr. Hidalgo, because for me, I thought essentially that intensive care begins immediately when there's contact with an individual that needs that care. So for me, I thought that it began from the medic, as April mentioned, where you call an ambulance, there's someone with a gunshot injury. You know, does that person need to be equipped with intensive care knowledge, or does it begin when that individual reaches a hospital?
Yeah. It begins at the moment of that first contact, and that is the reason why the EMTs, the emergency medical technicians, they have a training. There is a formal training. There are 3 different levels of training for that type of care. And BERT is one of the organizations that trains them formally, and they are certified every 2 years. So they have a very important role to play. Very specific training to be able to attend, let us say it's a road traffic accident. What to do, how to do it, when to do it, what to intervene, what action to take. At that moment, the care begins at that level, and then it just increases in complexity until it reaches to the specialist, either at the intensive care unit or the regional hospital.
I mean, there's only so much that they can do during the transit to the medical facility. I think this is such an important conversation for us to have, because a lot of times we talk about the resources that we need to improve our medical services, but I personally believe that the biggest is human resources, the information that our medical practitioners are equipped with to be able to serve their population, which is the persons that are in need of these services. So I imagine that that's one of the driving forces between this collaboration as well. Would that be fair to say, Dr. Bell?
Yes. One of our roles as PAHO, being a technical cooperation agency, is really to support the government of Belize, specifically the Ministry of Health and Wellness, to implement their own strategic plan. And one of them is really capacity building, strengthen their human resources. And so we work very closely with Dr. Polanco and the rest of the team in the Ministry of Health to provide that technical cooperation. Sometimes we will bring expertise. We are supporting now with this capacity building, bringing experts from the WHO from within the region to provide this training. And throughout the years, this is something that we have done over the past 80 years, that PAHO has been in Belize, whether it's capacity building in managing malaria cases, in identifying certain diseases. So this is one of our primary roles and responsibilities in supporting the Ministry of Health.
I was wondering, as you were talking about the need for this particular training, and even though it's the first of its kind, for our practicing medics and our nurses and so forth, is this voluntary training, or is this something that we hope that they can get certification with? How are we going to involve our personnel in the medical field?
Yes, this is the first step. I believe that it's going to be more and more. This just open the doors to more education and training courses. This particular course, of course, they're going to have a certificate at the end of the training course that it will allow them to gain some CME hours as well. But most important thing is the knowledge that they are going to get, because it's a 5 days of a very, very extensive hours of training.
Does this collaboration come from the rise in cases that require critical care? For instance, we've been seeing a lot of cases of accidents on the road traffic accidents, as well as, of course, gun violence taking place in many parts of the country. But did this come from the need in providing a quicker and a better response when it comes to critical care due to the rise in cases?
Yeah, there are two situations that gave rise to this. One is the assessment that was done late last year, Dr. Bell made reference to, and the other is that the prevalence of external injuries, of situations where there is a need for critical care to be started at the local level. The road traffic accidents and all those external violences, complications in pregnant women, complications of persons who had some cardiovascular event. That happens at every district, every village. So then we know then that the need has been there.
Right.
And the other aspect is that we recognize that there has been a need, that there is a need to improve the skills of all the physicians. I want to make reference to what Dr. Hidalgo said. It's a team response. So we have been having different medical officers over the last years being trained in other areas of emergency care and nurses. And a very important aspect of this training is that this group is a core group that has been trained already. And so now, right now they are getting more information on critical care. And one of the objectives is that this group will also be able to be like trainers for the rest of, of the staff at district level.
So it's a training of trainers. Yes.
Yes, please.
Could I also say, I'm sorry, is to interrupt, but so obviously Dr. Hidalgo and I are intensive care doctors, so we firmly believe in intensive care, the importance of intensive care, but obviously, especially after COVID, where it became a very big worldwide acknowledgement that there just isn't enough critical care education throughout the world, and that probably sooner or later there will be another pandemic, and we want to be more prepared. And WHO recognized that, and so the first time ever they've actually had a focus on intensive care, because they've always had a focus on injuries, trauma, and infectious diseases, which made sense. But they now also realize, actually intensive care will be needed throughout the world. Even in the U.S., the richest country in the world, during the height of the pandemic, we didn't have enough intensive care facilities. In my hospital, one of the busiest hospitals in the U.S., we had people in our lobbies. We're treating people in tents in the parking lot because we didn't have enough intensive care.
Wow.
Can I also add that the fact that the WHO has developed this course, it's new, but it's very critical and it's very important. And I think Belize should be very proud that they're the second country to actually be implementing this course.
It's the first.
Let's not focus on what's the first, but I think it's important because speaks volumes.
Yes.
In terms of the importance that, you know, the role that we are playing here, and also the importance of Dr. Polanco, Dr. Hidalgo and the team.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's very important for Belize.
I think that, I mean, I absolutely agree with you. So as we are coming down to the wire, let's talk about when, where, and, well, you said 5 days, right? So let's talk about when the training is, when where is it taking place, and how can our other medics find out more information about it?
Well, the course already started
Okay.
Last Monday.
Okay.
It's right now ongoing, and then this is Thursday already.
Okay.
Of
So tomorrow is the
very,
last day.
very busy week.
Yes.
And then tomorrow is going to be the last day.
How many medics and persons have signed up for this training?
This is because it's a core course for basically trained trainers. We have, as Dr. Polanco said, identified 25 physicians and nurses that they are taking part of this training. And we believe and we are sure we are going to have more courses in the future. This is just the very beginning. The doctors are very excited. The group that is conducting the training are very excited as well. I mean that I think so that is going to be very critical.
Something of importance also is that this event will not just be a one event and we forget it. Part of this project, because it's part of a project, is that after the training there will be a follow-up, there will be a structure to assess the impact of this training on the physicians for a period of time. That information will be assessed, and that will guide us as to what else
That
needs
was
to
going
be
to be
done.
my next question.
And it's not just a didactic session where people sit in a classroom and
Take
watch
notes.
presentations and take notes. It's hands-on.
Okay.
And it's very focused. So it's one facilitator to only 5 participants.
That's
so
really
that
good.
they get detailed information, training, you know, on a one-on-one basis. So we didn't want to make the class too big to ensure that, you know, they are able to get the individual attention that they need and to make sure that the skills are acquired.
Wonderful. I think that this is a very critical training, much needed in Belize, and I think we're very proud to be the second country to implement it. But thank you all so much for joining us this morning, and we hope to see more of the results from this assessment as well. But thank you guys so much.
Thanks for having us.
All right. Well, we got to take another quick break, and when we come back, the conversation switches into World Down Syndrome Day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Technology is ubiquitous, and it's transforming how, when, and where we work. Full-Tech Systems is placing award-winning devices in the hands of information workers, allowing them to work without compromise in a world without wires, to innovate, create, and to maximize productivity anytime, anywhere, satisfying the needs of the desk-centric remote and field worker and every other worker in between. We are providing the industry's best devices to businesses going through the process of digital transformation. Partner with us today to provide the solutions that will allow your employees to work effectively and efficiently to enhance your customers' experience. Full-Tech Systems, your technology center, where you'll come for the price, but stay for the service.
Explore the great outdoors with Benny's quality and savings.
13,835,700 eggs are eaten by tourists each year, fueling our thriving economy. Tourism means business.
Shop smart for your Samsung devices in Belize and enjoy benefits you won't get anywhere else. When you shop locally for your Samsung, all your devices will be covered by a 1-year local warranty. You won't get that when shopping with the other guys. When in doubt, always look for the Cellular World seal to know you're getting the real deal. Shop with confidence and enjoy your Galaxy knowing that it can be repaired locally at our Samsung Service Center by certified Samsung technicians using original parts and machinery. Even better, enjoy the best LTE experience in Belize, knowing that your Samsung devices are compatible with major local carrier networks. Get the ultimate Samsung Galaxy experience only when you shop from authorized Samsung resellers nationwide.
When someone you love becomes a memory, the memory becomes a treasure. Channel 5 introduces the Daily Obituaries. The Daily Obituaries will broadcast all death and funeral announcements and memorials to honor your loved one's life and memories. The Daily Obituaries airs on Channel 5 prior to the evening newscast, with subsequent repeats at 10 p.m. and 12 noon the following day. It will also be placed online on our social media platforms, all for a standard package fee. Celebrate their lives and memories with Channel 5's Daily Obituaries. Honor in life and reverence in death.
What does family mean to you? Form a strong bond with your family.
Hey sis, how is friends?
Always remember, they may not be in the same place.
Coffee and friends, huh?
Make the time you spend together fun and memorable. Ignore the petty differences. Love them while you still can. Life can be short. You can be the glue that keeps them together.
You did a great job. Congratulations.
Family. Meaningful always.
Welcome back. Joining us for our second conversation, we are moving into the topic of World Down Syndrome Day. Joining us in studio, we have mother and son, Maricela Craig, the mother of Zane Craig, diagnosed with Down syndrome, and of course, Miss Irma Skeen, who is their aide assistant. Good morning, guys, and thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having us.
Good morning, Zane. How are you?
Say good morning.
Oh, shit.
Good morning. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today. So, in light of the conversation of bringing awareness about World Down Syndrome Day, I kind of wanted to take it back a step. We are talking about special needs and persons that require assistance. Maricela, I would like for you to tell us a little bit about your journey with Zane and how it has been for you having a child that is diagnosed with Down syndrome.
Every person with special needs have a different journey. While we say we're on the same journey, some people have more struggles than others. I do consider myself very blessed with Zane. He has very good health. From young, we've had early interventions with him. We've had him do speech therapy, occupational therapy, physical therapy. I still tell people I taught Zane how to crawl with a shoebox and a towel. You know, I would set that on the floor and then I would set him up one hand, one foot, push him, then go back, set the other, move the box and get him. And then when he started to walk, I used to put a towel around him to brace him and help him going. My daughter Aziela was really instrumental at that time in helping me with him with his physical therapy that he needed. We made a box in the house. We had all sorts of tools, you know. So we put him at one end of the box. She was at the other end ringing a rattle to get him to move, to walk, to everything. So we had to do all of that. We did a lot of speech I did with him. I had to become an advocate. I had to learn myself. You know, I didn't know anything. My greatest advice, I keep telling people, came from Dr. Eck. You know, that when he was born and I went to him and we did the first check-in with him, and he sat me down and he said, you know, you have to take Zane like a tape recorder. Remember we had those tapes. He said, and you just load and load and load and load. He said, please do not wait until he's 5 years old, ready for school, to teach him ABC, to teach him numbers, to teach him. He said, you start from now. So I can't sing, but I used to always be singing, saying the alphabet, teaching numbers, and he's so right.
Stays in his memory.
Yes, once you hit play, then everything just rolls out after that, you know. So I am a teacher.
Okay.
And my class
gives you that kind of skill,
my house looks like a classroom because I had posters all over every day. I was with him with papers, ba, baby, bo, boo, da, de, di, do, do, ma, be, mi, mo, mo, over and over and over and over. Because in my mind, if you can say ba, you can say bat. You can say bad. You know, if you can say be, you can say bed. And you can add on to these words and develop them. So my strategy was not teaching words, it was songs and syllables. And so we built up on that.
His speech is great.
And he can read as well too. He can read as well. He knows his times tables, you know. And I have to also thank Miss Irma, the aide, who has done wonders with him at school. My husband too, you know, like everybody thinks I have done everything for Zane. You know, he's that unsung hero at home. He has done so much with him and for him that people don't see and don't recognize.
So it really takes a community.
Yes,
and that's
it
what I was
really, really does.
That's what I was thinking, April, because oftentimes we do say to raise children it takes a village, but I think that is reinforced on an even higher level when it comes to a child with special needs, because you need support.
Yes, you do.
I can't imagine how it must have been for you as a teacher, then coming home and teaching again, you know?
Yes.
It's a constant motion for yourself, so you do need support. So we do want to bring Miss Irma in the conversation as the aide. I'm going to ask you, Miss Irma, how long have you been with Zane, and what has the journey been like for you?
Well, since it's going to be 1 year.
Okay.
And it is very wonderful to work with him, because I have seen over from standard 2 to now that he has changed. When I first met him, he used to just go, when he go for recess, he would just play on his own. He would just sit by himself, right? And one of the things is that I would have to really pay attention to him, because a lot of people don't understand about
kids with Down syndrome.
And then you have children who would want to bully him. So, but now he plays with other kids, right? And he runs around. He might not do everything fast, but he does. And even in PE, he always, you know, I would video everything that he does and I would send it to his mom and dad. So, but he has changed a lot.
Wow. He's come a long way.
Yes, and he has been more friendlier. The only thing is that when you introduce yourself to him, he does not like to shake hand. You would have to say hi first, right?
Okay.
But he has changed a lot.
So Zane, tell us. I love your socks, by the way. I love everybody that's wearing the crazy socks. I really like that. Why we never get
I know.
Anyways, the reasons for the crazy socks is because the socks looks like chromosomes. And children with Down syndrome have an extra chromosome. It's that extra of the 21st chromosome, hence 321, the 21st of March It's World Down Syndrome,
I
and
love
that's what the World Down Syndrome association or the group, they
Yeah.
push for that, for advocacy, for support, for inclusion, for acceptance.
Yeah.
And so we show that by wearing our
So
socks.
Zane, tell us.
You're talking to
Yeah.
Zane. Look
Does
at the
he have
lady.
do you have a favorite subject at school? What do you like about school?
Well, like math.
You like math?
You like
science,
You do?
social, religion, and spelling.
Oh, nice. And what school do you go to, Zane?
Murphy.
Belize Elementary.
Oh, nice. And how old are you, Zane?
11.
11.
Yes, I'm soon turn 12 like my sister.
Wow. When is your birthday? When are you turning 12?
January 2nd.
Okay, so next year.
Just started.
Just had a birthday. I can't believe you like math. I don't like math.
Neither.
Not my favorite.
So I was told that you can read. Do you have something here that you could read for us?
I like with my reading glasses on.
Yes, but do you want to read this book? Show them the book.
Okay, so what are we reading today? Oh, it says
it's about him.
Yes. I just want to explain this book first.
Yes,
before
sure,
we
of
read.
course.
One of the teachers last year, who was then Miss Tillett, she's now Mrs. Lopez.
Okay.
She was on internship and she had a project. They had to do a storybook about a child with special needs, and so she came to me and she said, I would like to do my storybook on Zane. Is that okay with you? And then I said, yes, it is. And so then I sent her pictures. She showed me everything. And so then I decided to just put it in a booklet form for him to have and to share with others as well too.
That's so wonderful.
Yes.
Zane, would you like
and
to
I
read
think
to us?
she really captured the essence of who Zane is.
Okay, let's hear it.
Hi, I am Zane.
Okay.
This book is dedicated to Zane. They're saying you are special and you are amazing.
Oh.
Keep being brave and kind. We love you. Hi, I am Zane. And I am 10 years old. My mom says that I am a big boy. I am a special boy. Are you a special boy or are you a girl? I am Zane and I am a special boy. My favorite color is blue. Blue for boy. Do you like blue or do you like purple?
I think Sabrina likes purple.
I do like purple.
Hi, I am Zane. I have a sister. She likes purple. Purple for girl. She has a bike. And it is purple. I like on her bike too.
You like riding her bike?
Do you like riding her bike?
Yeah.
Does she like that you ride her bike?
You like on a bike?
I like riding a bike
I like
too.
riding a bike as
Hi,
well.
I am Shane, and I have a sister. She has a bike. I have a mom and a dad. They love me very much. They say I am a special boy. Do you have a mom and a dad too? Hi, I am Zane. And I went to school today. I am a special boy, but I did not feel special today. I wanted to throw the ball through the hoop like the our kids but I could not do it. That made me cry. Do you cry too?
It was the day the defenders came to our school and all of them were lined up to take a chance to throw the ball in the hoop. He could make it.
Hi, I am Zane, and I cannot do all things like our kids can do. Our kids can read, and I can read too. Other kids, they can do hard work at school, but sometimes I could not can you do hard work at school.
Wow.
Hi, I am Shane. I think school is hard sometimes. I do not want to go to school.
Is that true?
The best part of going to school is playing with our kids. I call them my friends. My friends make me feel special. Do you have friends? I am Zane. I have thousands of friends. I have friends. And I have a mom and a dad and a sister too. She has a purple bike, purple for a girl, and I like blue for boy. Hi, I am Zane, and I am a special boy. I may not feel just like you, but you are special too. You are special.
Oh, I love that. I love how it ends too. He
Yes.
mentions that he is a special boy. He may not be like you. You're special
Yes,
too.
we're all special in our way.
Zane, thank you so much for reading that to us. How do you feel? You feel he's like he's tired and he doesn't want to do school either.
Yes.
I don't like to do school either sometimes too. But I really appreciate that you are able to bring him on the show. Sometimes people want to shy them away
Yes.
from the rest of the world and pretend like they have to be at a distance. And so the fact that he goes to school like everybody else, he's here talking to you like everybody else.
We just started him with karate in December too. So we're trying that out with him as well, and he's doing really well.
How do you like
with it.
karate? Do you like it?
This is good.
It's good? What do you like about it?
Let's see, lots and balance and sprints and hop.
Oh, that's cool. Can you do anything? Can you show us something?
Yeah. You do one of
Let
the
me
move?
see.
Do you want to do a
Let me
move?
see one of your moves.
Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah, you're fine.
You can show us a
Show
move.
us a move that you learn in karate.
Uh-huh.
Do one of the move, Pops.
Ooh, that's cool.
Thank you, Zane.
Thank you.
He's a comedian, as you can
Oh,
see.
I like it. I like it a lot. Are you ready?
Oh, you're going to show us something else?
Yep.
Okay, let's see.
Bun hop.
All right.
I love it.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Well,
Thank
thank you.
Zane.
And sprint.
Sprints too. He'll
we
do
can't
the
do a
whole-
sprint right now.
There's no space to run.
Yeah, we don't have no space.
You can show us a sprint after.
Woo,
Yes,
he's
he
sprinting
did.
his
He
chair.
sprinted his chair. But what are the themes for this year's World Syndrome Day, and how can we find out more about World Down Syndrome?
There's a Universal World Down Syndrome group that they do all the promotion and all of the advocacy and support and things for that. Here in Belize, I have heard of a group in Orange Walk. I have not had a contact with them as such, but I hear that they do so much for support. In the city itself, there is no support group as such, so we are part of Autism Belize, because then they are open to all special needs as such. In fact, I am the vice chair for Autism Belize.
Okay, so you work with Ms. Almeida?
Yes, I do work with her, yes, for this year. Honestly, I'm not so sure what the theme for this year, World Down Syndrome, is. We just do our own support, our own advocacy, our own acceptance. You know, we try to tell people, you know,
he's watching himself on the TV.
Yes, so he loves watching himself.
He's enjoying that.
He's enjoying that.
And of course, today is the 21st, and it is officially World Down Syndrome Day, and so we are asking persons to wear socks.
Yes.
Wear mismatched socks and colorful socks to raise awareness.
We did put out to ask students to wear socks too, to show support for Down syndrome and for acceptance.
Hashtag lots of socks.
Yes, hashtag lots of socks. I already have gotten pictures from our group in Autism Belize of parents and students wearing their socks as well too.
Well, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Zane, thank you so much for reading your book to us as well and showing us some of the moves that you learned in karate. That's cool.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And can I just say a quick thank you to Standard 3 PP, because they're very supportive of him, right? And now he is involving himself in a lot with projects, with
activities.
So that's why he says he likes science. And social study, yes.
And the stereotypes.
And the stereotypes.
In fact, this week he actually did a presentation for social on the mestizos. He got in front of class and he did his part of the presentation.
Congratulations, Zane.
Wonderful.
Yes, so he's getting far more involved now, and the kids, they look out for him. So that's really, really great. That's our biggest fear, you know, like you want the acceptance.
As we wrap up our segment for this morning, just for our viewers to know, what advice do you have for mothers that have children with Down syndrome?
The best advice I can say is to find the strength in yourself to become your biggest advocate, to include your child in everything. We can say, okay, society doesn't do this or doesn't do that, but I think it begins with ourselves. You know, I try to get Zane involved in as many things as possible. We go to church, we go to park, we go to movies, we do everything. I've had to learn to not listen to the noise in the market, to not worry about people staring. You know, and do my own. So I have become my biggest advocate. I didn't know anything about Down syndrome when I had Zane. I can't tell you I know everything about Down syndrome. Yes, I live Down syndrome every day, but we learn. Like I said, I consider myself very, very blessed. Our family is very blessed with Zane. He's a comedian. He has very good health. He's very independent. He goes to school. And so I think we begin with those little things. You know, you celebrate the little victories, the small victories. When I was looking at pictures, recently looking for pictures for him, I found a video when we were teaching him to ride his bike during COVID. And my daughter's voice in the background says, "Mom, he rode for 4 seconds on his own." And then we were cheering, and you know, at that time, 4 seconds is a lot. And now he rides on his own for a longer time, but it's the small victories that count. So become your own advocate. Yes, you can reach out to people, have a support group, your family, people in the community. You know, you need somebody to talk to, because I will not tell you that everything is happy for me. I've had moments of frustration, moments that I've cried, you know, moments that I've been very angry, but I've learned to overcome that and look at what works best for Zane. Even with school, it was my principal who sat me down because we modified his schedule, we modified his time. I wanted Zane to be like everybody else and go to school 8 to 3. And then she's the one that says, this can't work for Zane. Think about Zane, stop thinking about yourself. So his time for school is modified, his subjects are modified, you know, and I am happy and he's happy. I will not tell you it was the best decision I thought at that time, but I can see as he gets older, it's working out for us.
Wonderful.
It is working out for us. So he cannot do at 8 to 3, and it was frustrating for all of us to have him at school at 8 to 3. So the time that he goes really works out for him.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you so much for sharing him with us.
Thank you
this
too.
morning.
Thank you for having us.
All right, well, before we take another quick break, we're going to jump into some fun activities this Friday, Junior, and that is a feature that we did. And we went all the way to Bocawina, girl.
You did the Antelope Trail?
I did not, it was not me. But we're going to show you what took place when we went there.
Hey guys, my name is Hipólito Novello and we're here at Bocawina Rainforest Resort and Adventures. We came here for 3 things: rappelling, zip lining, and to have a fun and memorable experience. And guess what? We're taking you with us to show you why is it that you should come here at Bocawina Rainforest Resort and Adventures. But first, we're gonna have breakfast, and I'm hearing that here serves one of the best breakfasts around.
Welcome to Bocawina. I'm Emilio. Hi, Vianney, nice meeting you. This is the Adventure Center where we start our tours. You get to meet the guides. If you want to use the bathrooms, after the bathrooms you sign your waiver and then you get your equipment, and then we start the hike to do the rappelling. We're going to do rappelling first. So you prepare for it?
All
right. I think you look ready. So let's do it. Let's come inside. We'll try right foot. You can hold my shoulder so you balance good.
It's kind of getting warm now.
Alright, so that's it for the hiking, easy hike. This is the lower Bocawina Falls. It takes like 15 to 20 minutes to get here. It all depends on the guest pace. Normally we stop for some and normally we go fast. It all depends. When you get gear up, we go up there to the top. We give you a little demonstration how to do it. And it's pretty easy. It's just a matter of trusting the equipment, trusting the guides, and then you get to practice a little bit before you go. It's a lot of fun, especially if it's your first time. Expect the unexpected. And most of the guests, they love it. You are ready for rappelling, so this is the equipment we use. We use the helmet, elbow pads, knee pads, a pair of gloves. That's for safety measures at Bocawina rappelling. So you're good to go. So use the rope as your railing to go across. Take your time, it's gonna be a little slippery, but that's fine. Go straight. We're just gonna set up the rope.
Ready.
All right, so we're about to start. What we're gonna do, I will give you a little demonstration with Kevin, and then since you're a little nervous, he will take you right beside you. He will gonna assist you all the way down. I clip you to a rescue figure eight. You hold the left hand front of the rope, next one behind, and then you lean back, you put all the weight on the rope, and you put your feet apart. That's your balance. And then this hand behind, this is your brake. Feet apart, small steps. All right, so for example, take a step, you feed, you walk slowly. And then once in a while, you look behind for the belayer. The belayer will shake the rope in case he wants you to go right or left. Kevin will assist you in every way. So I'm gonna clip you. You will go in the red rope. You can come under the blue rope. So lean back a little bit, your upper body, and this hand back, right there.
It was really fun. I was extremely nervous.
But you made it, so yeah.
I made it. It took me 9 minutes and it took him 4 minutes.
I told her to trust the rope. Trust the rope. Just trust the rope and trust the safety of Bokawina.
What's our next adventure?
Zip lining, and we are gonna debut one of, I think the brand new tower they just built. So we're gonna debut that here on Open Your Eyes.
So from here, we're gonna be hiking approximately 10 minutes. But half of the hike, we have a demonstration line. The first thing we're gonna be doing, we're gonna clip you to your safety. So this is gonna be our main priority as we are going on our zip line, all right? Each piece of this equipment have been tested and certified. They can withstand 6,000 pounds individually. So right here, this is the main one, which will hold all your body weight. So in case this fails, which have never happened, but in case it fails, we have a backup. We have the second backup goes on the lower cable. If the second one fails, then we have the third one, which makes triple safe. So you need to keep it on the lower cable and a distance away from the equipment to keep you in a straightforward position. So this is the position you guys should be ziplining. Right hand far behind, you need to lean back and keep your feet up. Left hand grab all the straps together, nice and tight. And then you keep your hand very loose.
It was fun. It was, I mean, you felt an adrenaline rush. And yeah, I have to say that because we had company too, we came with a group. We came with a group of Belizeans and also some tourists. And we made it pretty much fun. Everybody got along. We were talking about, oh, I'm not sure if I could do this. Is it too long? And am I going to get stuck in between? But it was fun.
Did you have a fun time?
Yes, I did.
What did you like about the zip line?
Well, it was very relaxing and it was good seeing the views and all of that. It was beautiful.
What did you like about the zip line?
The speed. It gives you a rush. Just adventure, and I really like it. It has been a great experience.
We do night zip lining if requested also, and we do the night hikes. If our guests would decide, oh, I want to go to visit a waterfall, and we can organize that also, right? At night with a guide. Those are guided hikes. And also during the day, if we have a book or people just come, walk-ins come in and they want to do a guided hike, once we have the guides, we will accommodate them. We do offer a big discount for our local people. That's throughout the year. You don't have to go abroad to get a top-of-the-line zip line adventure or a top-of-the-line waterfall rappelling. We have it here in Belize. Why go so far? Right? We have it here. And it's very safe. All our equipment are tested every year. Our guides get trained every year. So it's very safe to do all your activities here.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the restaurant. 1, taste their signature drink, and 2, eat a monkey burger.
Yep. Today we'll be doing a jungle fig. So the jungle fig is the signature drink for the Wild Fig restaurant. And it has our local coconut rum, local white rum, blue curacao, pineapple juice, and mint leaves and coconut cream. So let's get started. 1 ounce of blue curacao, 3 ounces of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of coconut cream, or local coconut rum, or local white rum, fresh mint leaves. Then we shake. So we add fresh ice and we pour. Garnish with mint leaves and a pineapple strip.
So there you have it. That was our adventure today at Boca Arena Forest Resort and Adventures. We did breakfast, which we both loved. We did the rappelling, the waterfall rappelling, which we love, but you love the most. We did the zip lining, which we both loved as well. We had their signature drink, the jungle fig, which is delicious. And we also had their monkey burger, which we enjoyed. Not real monkey meat, but it's beef. Yeah, so Vianney, how did you like today?
I have to rate it 10 out of 10. It was a great experience. The service is amazing. You feel completely welcome from booking this adventure to leaving this adventure and a resort. So I have to say, looking forward to seeing Belizeans come out, enjoy what we have in our country, and take advantage of it. Don't forget the best prices. Belizeans get amazing prices when they book.
Yeah.
So stop in, guys, and I can assure you that you will have an amazing time.
Hi, my name is Lincoln Powers and I work at UMAL. 100% I will recommend Belize Bank mobile banking to everyone because it saves time, money and gas price because gas price is high right now. Belize Bank mobile banking just make life easier.
this plan. I can't left this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced full high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't left this plan. I can't left this plan.
And welcome back. Joining us for our final conversation. It's all about small business and, of course, celebrating women in small business.
That's right.
Sabrina. We have the owner of Reyes Organic Beauty, Jessica Reyes, joining us this morning. Good morning,
Jessica.
Thank you, ladies, for inviting us.
Amazing. I don't know what I want. I've already seen all the samples. But let's get started with your small business. Why and when and how did you embark on Reyes Organic Beauty?
Well, since we're small entrepreneurs, at the beginning, way from when we were kids, we were all like into buying or selling some stuff, and that was one. I used to pull my little wagon and sell my little cupcakes around my neighborhood. So since then, I always wanted something for myself, and I did have a 5 to 8 job because my hours are crazy. But during the pandemic, that little kick jumped in. Pandemic gave us that braveness, especially to me, to take a little leap year. But that leap year became into 2 years already, where I started creating natural skincare. But it was not because I wanted to sell it. It was something that I wanted to play around with, see if I can make something. Because when we were in school, they would tell us, take a soap and design something with it. And I was like, what if we can create something with our own hands? And there is where this came from, because the list was extended. I wanted to do shirts, I wanted to do something else. The soap part was very at the last, and was the one that I felt so passionate about creating when I started to help my little siblings with their little acne, with the little dark spots. My mom, believe me, that turmeric has story. When I started, that turmeric left my mom's stain. But eventually it came down to just becoming a regular soap bar that did what it has to do, remove dark spots.
So what I really love about your small business is that, one, it has a story, but two, it has a purpose greater than just making a product and deciding to sell it. You're able to also care for the needs of persons. These organic items appeal to persons with skin issues or for simply someone with something more internal. And that's where me and April had a fangirl moment over your anxiety baller thingies. Anyways, that said, I want to talk about the research that it took to create these items, because they are infused with essential oils. Let's talk about that research that was involved.
Okay, so while during the pandemic, I started doing a little course online. And there is where I came across other soapers, but not just local soapers, but international soapers. And the US have a different type of approaching a soap bar than our Belizeans. So I came across the idea of doing all natural, meaning that I like this earthly greenery. It has jumbo limbo, it has ishkanan, it has neem, it has madre cacao. So you might not know it, but most of my soaps have herb infusions in it.
You can
so
smell
which
it.
help your skin naturally. This one helps a lot with heat rash for babies. As I mentioned, during the pandemic, many babies were suffering. Here is where I came out with the J Vaporu. And J Vaporu is because the J comes from my nephew. He was very sick with the cough, and we couldn't find ourselves some baby Vicks from the Mexican side. So there is where
The
this
fact
came
that you
from.
would try compete with Vicks, a whole bunch of people.
Oh my
upset.
gosh, yes. So we even tried, we smelled the
Jay's Vaporu.
The J Vaporu.
Vaporu.
Vaporu. You know,
Oh my
because
gosh.
people can say vapor rub, so you say Vaporu.
So here's the thing, right? I have to ask our viewers this because apparently I am the only one that. Should I say this?
No, I don't.
Should I say this?
I don't think you should air out your laundry. But you know what? Fine, do so. I love Vicks.
No. This is what I'm gonna ask. I'm just gonna ask our viewers. How do you use Vaporub or Vaporub or Vicks? How do you
use Vicks?
How do you use it? Because I come from village. And we use it for everything. It literally solves everything.
My answer to you would be that I think a lot of people in Belize have this belief that Vicks cure everything, right? So you have here, they compete with Vicks, this J Vaporub situation, which honestly, it smells divine.
It smells great.
amazing. It doesn't smell as strong as Vicks, but like you said, it's for kids, right? And I think that if you're in the belief that Vicks cure everything, that the kind of the same belief that most people have, but Sabrina have a different
we're not gonna say it though.
outtake on why Vicks cure everything or how Vicks cure everything. But this is Jay's Vaporub, which is kind of like a very mild version of Vicks, and when you open it and you smell it, you instantly. It's locked now. I locked it. Oh well, here's Sabrina.
Slippery.
But as soon as you open it and you smell it, and then you rub your fingers, it starts to smell like lemongrass almost. Like it has, and you have this organic, this natural herby feel to it, which I think most of your products do that. The minute you open the bar, the Gumbo Limbo soap bar, as soon as you open it out of the package, you smell the Gumbo Limbo right away. The turmeric love is the same. When we were talking about the little anxiety rollers, the first thing I smelled was lavender and rosemary, which it does wonders for you if you have anxiety.
This is amazing. So how do you use these rollers?
That one has a story as well. All my soaps have a story.
Tell us the story.
But that one is because I'm pretty allergic to pollen.
Okay.
So whenever I go to the Mexican side, I start to immediately be sneezing. It's okay. And so I created that for pollen and anxiety because I'm always pinching myself or doing something, and many students have the same issue when they're eating their nails, biting their nails, or doing something. So it's like a little tick that we have, so they just put it by your temple, calms you down, relaxes you down, and makes focus.
I am so calm right now.
So you literally keep this with you.
Yeah.
Have you gotten feedback from your customers that purchased this?
Yes.
Tell us what they're saying.
Just this Tuesday, I was at the UB Natural Products Expo, and she was one of our customers, but she's from a village. So my mom purchased 2 of those, and we loved it. My sister used it, we use it, it calms us down, it focuses, and they're at UB. So I'm like, this works. And because of her, I did a good sale Tuesday because she was promoting my serum.
I mean, we're looking at your organic products, your soaps, your serums, your oils, and so on. But I could not help but stare at the organic soap dispenser. Can you please lift it up so that our audience can see it? Because I'm trying to understand the thought process of this soap dispenser and the fact that you're calling it an eco-friendly.
Yeah, why do I call it eco-friendly? Because it's made with eco-compost. So this is created with a substance known as a concrete, but mixed with soil. So these are both combined and created, so it makes a hard, solid
Wow.
Dispenser.
Wow.
That's
Can
amazing.
I look at it?
Yeah, so it has
Oh, it's not
nothing.
heavy at all.
It's not heavy. It's very light.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And it's made out of recycled
Recycled
products.
materials.
Wow. What made you think about this?
Okay, so as I mentioned, everything has a story. So when I used to have this job, I used to run a hotel in Kikaker. And you know, the islands, everything is disposed on the water. So my story came that if all of this is disposed on our waters, our sea creatures are eating all this garbage. And if we create something to help them out, I mean, we're eating the same fishes that are eating all the chemicals and all this damage.
So true.
So this is where this was created, and I stick with, if you can see, I don't use pretty much plastic. So I avoid plastic as much as possible. I'm promoting sustainability and creating a community that have that understanding and can share it on with others. I have my niece, and you might see her around with me, and she can always tell you, if we have garbage, she'll pick it up, put it in the car. Don't throw it outside, because we're creating some knowledge and for them to understand the concept of maintaining our planet clean.
I just love that your business is built on sustainable development. It's really, really fascinating, and congratulations on that.
So I want to know, what's your best seller right now?
Oh, yeah, I don't have a lot because those are my best sellers. I have my bot salt. That's one of us. Turmeric, golden madness. Golden madness is a I don't have it here because I'm sold out. Golden madness is a combination of two formulas. You might think that all the soaps have the same formula. They don't. Why? Because I wanted to help with certain things. Like that one helps with dark spots, hyperpigmentation. Now, acne healing. Then I have royal oats. It's very mild for those who have eczema or have sensitive skin. That one. Then as follows, I have black pepper and lemon that helps the blackheads around your nose if you lather it properly. Yeah, that one.
So I already have a list of things that I'm going to
Lemon loofah, well, it's a natural scrub. Like she said, it's an exfoliating
It's
scrub.
an exfoliator with the soap, and I love it.
That's awesome.
And this would be Hope. Hope helps out all to unclog pores. And this has star anise, it has the eucalyptus, rosemary. It's a blend of herbs that we make. And this one is made out of beet. So beet, we know that gives moisture.
Okay. That's interesting. And you also have some serums here too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those.
So that pink one would be this yellow looking one. This has an infusion of turmeric. So it helps us with the fine lines, the dark circles, the skin imperfections that acne might leave.
And when do you recommend using that?
That would I always recommend to use during the nighttime. To give you that night routine for you to relax, calms you down as well because of the blend. You guys ladies can smell it if you like. It has a very relaxing, mild scent to it.
Oh, you smell the herbs in it.
It's good.
It smells really, really good. I'm very fascinated by the fact that everything is organic, and I'm very fascinated by the fact that you smell the herbs. Sometimes when you see the local soaps or any of these homemaking soaps, they tend to smell the same, right? But I can definitely say that each of these has their own particular scent.
You have another serum there as well. Is that one different?
That's the hair one. So it's an infusion of rosemary.
Okay.
So it has all of them.
I've heard. That's good for hair growth.
So it's a stimulation of hair growth. So you apply it to your root when you're after a shower. So it has vitamin E. It has the Jamaican castor oil, and yeah, that smells completely different than the hair one.
Yeah, it does. It really, really does. It smells great.
Yeah.
I think I already know what I'd buy. I think
This
Sabrina
is
also
so
already
good,
knows
like,
what she's going
You
to
gotta
buy
shake
as
it
well.
so that the collagen, the biotin, the natural biotin that we found can enter your pores as
You
well.
also have things like anti-itch creams and bug repellents and all of these sort of items. Jessica, I can't tell you how fascinating it is to see that your business have grown. Did you think that it was going to get so big so fast?
No, honestly, I didn't, because when I started, you know, the sales are all minimal. And this is where encouragement and family comes in, your support system. And recently, I participated at Expo commerce in Panama with Nime. And there is where I told my mom, you know, I never thought that my little soaps would bring me so far. Because it's been a dream to have something for myself and have something to support my family. So I didn't even think of it.
Did you see entrepreneurs doing things like this in Panama?
No.
Really?
Because Panama doesn't allow sodium hydroxide in the country.
Okay.
So there is where I got a few orders already to send over. I'm just working out because, you know, everything have to be legal and properly done. So it's something that we're working on eventually. God knows, maybe I can be in Panama with my products.
So Reyes Organic Beauty, I know that our viewers, you're kind of a staple name already. We know about you. But for those that don't know about you, where can they find you to order?
Okay, I'm pretty much I'm at almost all districts now. So I'm recently joined by the Pelican Resort in Dangrega, so that's my like wow moment. I'm at Hidden Valley Gift Shop as well. If you guys might not know, Hidden Valley has all my products. So
We've
they
been
have
to
my
Hidden Valley. We just
shampoo,
featured
my
them
conditioner, everything.
You do shampoo and conditioner too?
Their shampoo, conditioner, those are mine. Their little soaps are mine. The bath oil, the mosquito oil, that's mine. Everything that they have, it's ours. So I'm pretty pumped about that.
So you brought some samples that you wanted us to try, and this here is your body butter.
This is a new product that you're trying out?
No, that was out from last year. I tested it for a whole year to hold on, see the consistency. You see that? I have been under the sun various times, and it hasn't melted. So it stayed stagnant to the solid, to the consistency of it.
It stays in the thick consistency.
And the color is because it's an infusion of turmeric.
Oh.
So we don't add no color.
So this helps with like blemishes and stuff like that
but
too.
you know what, like you're gonna feel it right now, but like it's not sticky.
Or heavy?
It's very, very light, and a little bit goes a long
So I'm hoping that this isn't too much then that I got here.
It's a little bit goes a long way, trust me. Feel it. Oh wow.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's so nice. Wow.
And that has aloe, so it gives it a hydration at the end.
That's why
so
it's
gonna
not
keep it,
sticky and thick. Oh, I like that.
Nice. That is nice. And then you also brought an anti-itch.
Yes, which is what I need right now.
That one. So that's an infusion similar to the soap, because the soap was created for babies too. So that helps with the mosquito bites, doctor fly bites.
Oh my gosh, I'm still stuck
the
on the body.
sunflies.
I tell you, a little bit goes a long way.
Wow.
Oh, that smells great.
Yeah. So that has ishkanan, that has the madre.
Can you tell people what ishkanan is?
Ishkanan is a Mayan herb. Many of us might see it on the streets. It has like a little flower, orange flower to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jessica, I just have to say a huge congratulations to you to see how far you've taken your small business, even outside of the country. It must be commended. I'm going to use this opportunity to have you remind our viewers how they can reach out to you if they'd like to order, also how they can do that.
Okay. So I'm on Facebook and Instagram under Reyes Organic Beauty. You can contact us at 626-1351. I'm on WhatsApp and Instagram and on TikTok as well. So just follow us.
And do you do countrywide shipment?
Yes, we do countrywide shipping, and it looks like we're doing the international shipping already.
Wonderful to hear. Congratulations so much, Jessica.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much for being here.
A pleasure.
All right, well, that was a fantastic final segment. I'm feeling very cared for, and it was such a self-care moment. But yes, we are going to take our final break, and when we come back, we wrap things up. Stay with us.
I'm connected. Yo.
I'm connected.
We're connected.
Create the perfect broadband bundle that fits your style with Smart Connect. With the Junior Bundle, get 50% off your national calls and up to 6 gigabytes of data at no extra cost. Get postpaid added for an additional cost of only $25 with the Prime Bundle. Stay connected with unlimited smart-to-smart calls plus 6,300 megabytes of data and free international minutes. For the family, pay $28.13 more and get the Binge Watchers bundle with Netflix. This bundle gives you 4 profiles with unlimited streaming on multiple devices. Visit a showroom near you to sign up and personalize your own bundle combination with Smart Connect. Smart, bringing people together.
Kite flying is fun, but it can also be dangerous. Fly kites safely by following these tips. Never use wire, metallic thread, or wire-reinforced strings. You could be electrocuted. Remember, even a safely built kite can cause a power outage if it gets caught in a power line. Always use paper, plastic, or wood to build kites. Never fly kites near power lines, in the path of traffic, aircrafts, or near highways. Always fly kites with a responsible adult in open areas, in dry weather, and with clear visibility. Never attempt to remove your kite from a power line. Always call BEL at 0800-235-2273 if your kite gets caught in a power line. Belize Electricity Limited. We care about your safety.
Discover a shopping experience like no other at the V Department Store. They carry a vast array of products at unbeatable prices. Elevate your shopping journey with affordability, diversity, and accessibility at the V. Conveniently located at 1745 Coney Drive in Belize City.
Upcoming enhancements to My Social Security. The new healthcare provider feature seamlessly connects healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers to facilitate the payment of sickness benefits. Here are the enhancements. Registered healthcare providers will create and submit online medical certificates using their healthcare provider accounts. Insured persons will receive a link to view the medical certificate to complete and submit their sickness benefit claim. And employers will receive an email notification of their employee's sickness claim. Also, the insured person and their employer will receive a copy of the claim decision letter after review. Healthcare providers, insured persons, and employers are encouraged to create a portal account to access and benefit from these new services on My Social Security at ssbportal.org.bz. My Social Security online portal. New healthcare provider feature coming this March. Social Security at your fingertips.
And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Thursday morning right here on OYE. We had a wonderful array of conversations, Sabrina. And of course, we want to say a big thank you to our viewers for tuning in and joining us as they do every day. It is March 21st. If it is your birthday today, we want to say a happy birthday to you. We hope you have a wonderful day today. And if you have a question, a birthday shout out, or just a comment, you can drop us a line right here at oye@channel5belize.com.
You can also catch us on Facebook at Open Your Eyes BZ.
And catch our highlights on Instagram at OYE Belize. And do us a favor and tune in again tomorrow when you open your eyes.
To start your morning right.
Be sure to keep your eyes, your minds,
and your hearts open.
We'll see you soon, Belize. Stay hydrated. It's going to be another hot day today. Bye.
Open Your Eyes was brought to you by the Belize Bank, our country, your bank.